What's up, everyone? Anybody here? We're going to be starting very soon. If someone's here, please leave a comment. Maybe give a little bit more time to others to get in here. All right, I see 6 people are in here. Can one person comment? Oh, Brian Murphy, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. See, I'm going to be looking at these comments. It's an interactive situation. All right, you're going to start with the first race at Del Mar. Let's go to, oh boy, not Indiana Grand, Del Mar. First race. I'll make it a little bigger. Now in this first race, 6 furlongs, maiden 62.5, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Now let me tell you a horse I'm looking at in here. The 4 horse looks like a major contender. Rev Rita showed some speed in debut and is dropping in class. Looks like a major contender. Another horse I'm looking at in here is going to be the 7, obviously, with Pratt. Almost everything with Pratt deserves a look. For the Love of Money, another horse dropping in class. Glatt and Pratt, these guys are 30% together. The 8 horse is going to be an interesting horse in here. Devil's Messenger. Ship and Win type horse. David Hoffman's. Came from Indiana Grand. I don't know too much about this horse, but these Ship and Wins, you always got to give it an extra look to. Always. So let's see, who do you guys like in here? Let's see the comments. What's up, everyone? Good to see everybody here. Who do we like in the first race? Who do we like in the first race? Please stop coughing. Please. Bowl of Cherries is a horse I like for the trifecta. I don't know if Bowl of Cherries is going to win, but I do think Bowl of Cherries has a big shot of hitting the board. Ron Ellis finally got a win the other day. He was 0 for 40 something. He finally won with a big favorite with the Cedillo last week. Oh yeah, Devil's Messenger scratched. So I'm sorry for even talking about that horse. I forgot about that horse. So right now I think 4 and 7 are the contenders. Let's see who you guys like. Dominique Fama likes 3 and 8. Yeah, the 3. I mean, like I was saying, the 3 is a major contender, dropping in class. Shows a lot of heart. I don't know. This horse has that fight to win. Has the fight to compete, but I don't know if he has the fight to win. The 1 horse might be a little interesting in here as well. I don't like the rail, but ran second last time on the turf. It goes back to the dirt. Doug O'Neill is a very, he's cagey trainer. He does weird things like this, and I like that. I'm expecting Doug O'Neill's barn to heat up any time now. It's been a little cold. But nonetheless, the 1 is an interesting horse, but the rail is probably going to compromise its chances. So I'm thinking 3, 4, 7 is going to be the winner in here. I mean, we could look at the 6 for a second. Ran awful last time in a route against Better. Prior to that, ran second with Pfeiffer with 8 pounds less than they're having today. Beat Bowl of Cherries that day, but now that was 8 pounds less, and now Bowl of Cherries has got 121, and that horse has 121. So you would think Bowl of Cherries is going to get the advantage on that horse. So I don't see this horse beating Bowl of Cherries. So I'm going to say the winner of this race is between 3 and 7. Let's see the comments real quick. 1 horse off the turf should show speed. Wide open, Domingo says. Domingo says the 1's going to have the lead. Yeah, the 1's going to probably have the lead. I mean, who else is going to have? I think the 4 is going to show a little bit more speed. Cedillo, man, Cedillo loves to take horses to the front. He's so good out of the gate. I'm going to guess that the 4 is going to show some speed in here. So I'm thinking 1 and 4 are going to show some speed. Pratt's probably going to sit back a little bit, lay about third or fourth. You know how Pratt does. He always has his horses in the best position. So, hi, Linda. How you doing, Linda? Dominique 1-3. I wouldn't leave the 4 and 7 out completely. I know Dominique wants some long shot action, but I don't see both 4 and 7 being out of the money here. But if they do, I give you credit. I give you credit. Trifecta wise, it might be 1-3-4-7 box, and maybe superfecta 1-3-4-7 box. But well, what is that going to pay, right? Probably not going to pay much. So anyway, let's go to race 2. I don't want to be bored. I don't want to bore you guys too much on one race. So it's 5.5 on the dirt. Automatically I throw the rail horses out almost every time, unless they look really good. My buddy Giovanni Franco rides this horse. I don't see this horse winning. Looking at this race, I'll give you my opinion right away, and then we could talk about your guys' opinion. But I think the 6 horse and the 8 horse is the whole race. I think it's between the 6 and the 8. And let me show you the 6, Island Life. Major contender here. Major contender. Has speed, outside post, um, proven at the track, gets a weight allowance with Pfeiffer, ran against similar last time, 9-horse field, beat 8 of them. I mean, this is a major contender. A 3-year-old could get better as well. So, second race off a mild layoff should run a big race. I think the 8-horse has a shot in here as well. Show Me the Magic, Dan Blacker's horse. His barn is cold as ice. But that's kind of how it goes with him. He's either up or down. But this horse, another horse, second race off a mild layoff, showed some speed. I mean, this is a major class drop. Blacker seems like he's dropping this horse to. He wants to win. He's trying to get a win for the meet. The meet's only got a couple of weeks left. He's trying to get a win. He doesn't want to get zeroed for the week. So he's dropping this horse to the lowest level possible, and he even goes for 7,000 instead of 8. So let's go to the comments and see who you guys like. Domingo says he likes 2-6. Mike says he likes the 6. Dominique likes the 8. Dominique thinks the girls are going to kill each other. Steven likes 4 and 7. Tony likes the 5 with the 3 and 6. Is that the first race or the second race? 5? Let's look at the 5. You like the 5. Kirsch's Truffle. Jorge Parabon. He ran okay in some routes, a couple races back. 5-year-old. This one's a tough one. This one's a tough one. Ran so bad last time, but got eliminated at the start. It's 21-1 last time. Are we expecting some speed from this horse? What's the angle on this horse? I mean, he had some back success, but last 2 races didn't look too good. But he is going back to sprinting. But even prior to that, at Santa Anita, ran a couple of bad races. I don't know. Let's see what the comments say. Love the 5. No, I like the 5. First race 5. Okay. The drop on the 8's huge. A lot of ground. Okay, let's go back to the first race real quick because Tony likes the 5. Let's look at this horse. Ran 4 times. Never closer than 12 lengths. 2% jockey. 7% trainer. No thanks, Tony. If that horse wins, I mean, good luck. I mean, the horse is bred good, but, it's encouraging to see that he's dropping to 55 and not 20 or 32. Showed some speed against better. I mean, if you get like 20 to 1 on this horse, I guess I could see why you might like it, but I can't go with a horse like that. Getting back, the 3 scratched, by the way. Getting back to race 2. The 2 horse has a shot in here as well. It's a riddle because you got the speed. You got speed and you got Maldonado. Bob Hess, another trainer. Also, this horse is 6 for 7 at Del Mar in the money. So this horse likes Del Mar, has a lot of experience at Del Mar. So I think this horse has a mild shot as well. Goes back to that race 3 back. Could easily win 4 back. So, but like I said, the 6 is going to be the major contender in here with the speed and the weight allowance and all that. I think it's going to be 6-8. Maybe the 5 could get back into form. Maybe the 2 could get back into form. But I really think this race is between 6 and 8, and that's all I'm going to be using in the second race at Del Mar. Now let's go to the third race real quick. I don't want this to take too long and bore everyone. 5 furlongs on the turf, which has been my kryptonite this year. I have not been picking these races well. And this race, I don't have a very strong opinion. I think we should start looking at the favorite, number 6, Desi Delight, who I think is going to be a very big favorite here. 9 to 5 morning line. I'm thinking maybe more like 4 to 5, 3 to 5 when the race goes off. Has Pratt, ran in routes, blinkers on, never out of the money, obvious contender, but not a horse I would be shocked if it lost. I think the 4 horse has a shot in here. Peter Miller, Abel Cedillo, probably the speed of the race. Looks like a major contender to me. Also has a really good workout on the track, 46-2, 2 back, best of the day. So this horse is probably feeling really good. Third race off an extended layoff as well. Probably bounced a little bit in the last race, although it ran well because it won the race by 11 lengths at Los Alamitos and then ran second against Similar. So, and then came back, had a good work before that. So I'm thinking this horse has a shot. Speed's very tough. We all know the inside's been doing really good. I don't know if that's going to last forever, but you also have the 2 horse in here, Plum Sexy, another Peter Miller horse, obviously dropping in class. I mean, has some back class. Ran for 40 last time. Peter Miller came in. Peter Miller's made a couple of bad claims this meet, I could tell you that. So just because Peter Miller has claimed the horse doesn't mean the horse is definitely going to be a good one. Let's see. We also have the 1 horse New Drama, who broke its maiden last time, same distance. Will also be vying for the lead. So we got the 1 and the 4 going to the lead. I'm guessing the 5 and the 6 will lay back a little bit. So let's go to the comments. Let's see who you guys like. Tony likes the 2. Dominique likes 5-6. Domingo likes 2-5-6. 5 horse on a cracker. 4 isn't a turf horse, not a turf horse, Gabe. 4 boss. Agreed. 6-4 in the third. Let's see. The 5 horse. AG Indy. Doug O'Neill again. Rispoli. Rispoli on the turf is good, but 5 furlongs on the turf. I don't know how much the jockey really counts. I mean, the race is so short, but I mean, still, Rispoli's turf stats are insane. The 5's a contender here too. I mean, this is how I see the race: 4, 5, 6, maybe 2. The 1 I think is getting into the wolves too much, being thrown to the wolves. Maiden to this class. The 2 might wake up. I don't know. I'd want to see the odds on the 2. More of a tote person with that horse. But the winner should be between 4, 5, or 6 in this race. I think most of us will agree. Let's get to race 4. Race 4, Del Mar. Now, this is a race where I'm going to rely on clocker reports, and I'm going to rely on the tote board a little bit. But I'll tell you one thing. I think the 2-horse Bombs at Kokal is a major contender. Popped and stopped last time, 5 furlongs on the turf. Drops in class. Peter Miller's always dangerous at Del Mar. We all know that. He's very good second time out, 26%. He's got Bravo on this horse. The horse had trouble, bumped early. Got a lot out of that race. I watched the replay. The horse got a lot out of that race. So I think this horse is a major contender. I think this horse will have no problems going a mile. So I think the 2-horse should be looked at very closely. I know the clockers liked a couple of the works on the 4. Andy Harrington gave one of the workouts a B. So we got to watch the tote board on this horse to see, and I'd like to also see if the horse looks good on the track as well. Kind of look at it, how he's functioning in the paddock and so forth. Then you got the 7-horse, Even Steven with Pratt, obvious contender, because Pratt and McCarthy. But again, you want to see the odds, and you want to see the horse on the track. And you have the 8-horse, who's ran second, third against weaker or similar to this on the track. He's already ran twice at Del Mar. This is his 3rd time running at Del Mar. Pratt gets off the horse and gets on the 7-horse. That's not a good sign. But experience means a lot in these 2-year-old races. Then you got the 9-horse, Mashad Flats with Ellingwood and the short weight, nice outside post. And oh, no, I'm sorry, this is a mile, but not a good outside post. Sorry. Excuse me for that. But I want to see who you guys are liking, so I'm going to go to the comments. And the 1-horse is scratched out of here, by the way. Let's see, not a turf horse. Yeah, you're right on that. Let's see. 4 is my top pick. Teresa likes the 4. Domingo says wide open race. Linda says 2-4-7-8. Dominique says 2-7. So we're all pretty much seeing it the same. I agree, 2-7. I think the 8's not going to win, but will probably be in the money. I did a short look at the 5. If we could look at the 5 just for a second, this is kind of a long shot. Now it's a girl versus the boys. But you know what? Maybe some of you know this. Probably, experienced bettors like Domingo, Tony Pemberton, and so forth know this. But new people might not know this. But the fillies, just like with, what is this Yahoo stuff that's coming up? It's so annoying. Anyway, with fillies, they mature faster than the boys, than the colts. Just like women mature faster than men. So when you see a filly running against the boys and 2-year-olds, don't mind that at all. Do not mind that at all. Now, this is a Victor Garcia horse, 75%. He's won 3 out of 4 this meet, right? Got bet a little bit in the first race, 11-1, right? Was broke slow, and all that. So maybe if we throw that race out, this horse could surprise at a price. I'm just saying, Victor Garcia is a good trainer. He's still hot. This horse may be forgiven for his first race. Horse is bred okay, right? Kitten's Joy, so should like a mile. I mean, I like the 2-horse in here the most, but I think the 5 could be a long shot. What do you guys think of the 5? Any chance on the 5? Oh, look, Teresa's got the 5. Big Rosie, yes. Boys like to run behind the fillies and never pass. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And blinkers off on the 5 as well, like Mike Watkins said. And has a good workout. I think this horse has a shot at a big price. The 2 is a horse I like a lot. That's definitely going to get a bet no matter what. The 4 and the 7, I'd like to see how they look on the track. The 8 is a horse I don't think is going to win. I think that 3-1 is a bad morning line. Let's see if I'm right. I would have put 4-1, maybe 9-2 on the 8. I don't think the 8's going to be 3-1, and I don't think the 2 is going to be 7-2. I would have put the 2 at 5-2. That's why I would have put the 2 at 5-2, the 4 at 7-2, the 5 I would have put it 8-1, the 7 probably is right, and I'd put the 8 at 9-2. That's what I would do. Let's see. We'll see if I'm right. Let's go to the fifth race. Who do we like in the fifth? I'll be looking at the comments pretty soon. I have a pretty strong opinion on this race. We're looking at all the horses. I guess we'll start with the favorite, but I'll be looking at the comments momentarily. Let's see. Be sure to tell me who you guys like. We got the 10 horse, who's probably going to be the favorite with Pratt. Everything with Pratt gets bet. I don't think this horse is a cinch at all. I think it's a contender, obviously. All this horse has done is broke its maiden 50,000. So 0 for 4 at Del Mar turf. A bit against better. The horse I like, my top pick so far, is going to be the 4 horse in here. And we'll look at 2 horses in here because I like 4 and 5, both. But the 4 horse got claimed from Ron Ellis, who's really struggling this year. So it goes from Ron Ellis to Vladimir Syringe. So the syringe is going into this horse. Gets JJ Hernandez, which he moves up horses sometimes. I know you say, oh, well, Rispoli was on it. Yeah, Rispoli was on it. But sometimes Rispoli gives funky rides. We all know that. He gives great rides a lot, but sometimes he gives funky rides. JJ is more of a consistent kind of jockey. He moves horses up. I think this 4's got a shot off the claim. If you look at Vladimir Syringe off the claim is 22%. Now, I know this horse is 1 for 11, 0 for 4 at Del Mar, but he did run 2/3 at Del Mar. And he ran a good race last time with trouble. So I think the 4's got a big shot with the JJ Hernandez. The 5's got a shot too. Neil Drysdale, if you see, ran a big race last time against similar. I'm not a big fan of Mario Gutierrez. I think he's one of the worst jockeys in the colony, but he's capable a lot more on the turf. I think this 5 horse has a shot. So I'm going to go to the comments and see who you guys like. Wide open. Domingo says play all. Dominic likes the 9. Dominic likes 4 and 9. Teresa likes 4. 4 and 9. Those are my numbers. So let's look at the 9. Because I looked at every horse today. Now the 9. Buy, Wave, Buy. I was thinking that's kind of a cool name. Alexis Barba, Tyler Bays. Has a little bit of a speed. Ran 2 close races. Yeah, this horse, I could see this horse winning. Winner at the track. 5 out of 9 in the money. I like the horse is fairly lightly raced. This horse wouldn't be a shocker. Calbred. Another horse I think has a shot in here, and it's really sad, is the 7 horse, Pastrella. I just wish it had a different jockey. I mean, when I see Mike Smith on a horse, I take off 2-3 lengths immediately, unless it's a sprint or a route where he's just going to show speed. But if it's on the turf, I take point lengths off because he takes everything wide. He hardly ever saves ground. And I'm not trying to be a Mike Smith basher right now. This is serious business. But him on the turf is just brutal. But this horse, I think, came out of some tough races. First time in the country, let's look, right? Had Van Dyke, shuffled, no threat. All right, we could maybe forgive him. That was a tough field as well. Better than this, way better. So I think anybody in this race would have ran like that. Probably 8th by 5. Okay, also that was the first race in this country. Had to get more acclimated, sorry. Then had 3 months off or 2 months off and ran a good third. Hopped to the start, made a rally, ran good. Then in June, ran bad, stumbled out of the gate, ran bad. Okay, has taken a few months off again, coming to Del Mar, dropping in class, Some decent works. I think this horse has a shot. If any other jockey was on this horse, it'd be one of my top picks. But I think you guys should look at the 7. I got to add the 7 into pick 3s, grudgingly. Tony likes the 6. Tony likes the 6. Let's look at the 6 some more. Yeah, I was looking at this horse. I didn't X this horse out. Second race off an extended layoff. Maker's 24%. Ship and win. I think Rispoli on this horse is a major contender. I think a major negative on this horse, a major negative, is the fact that it's running against older for the first time. Because all this horse has ever done is run against 3-year-olds. But every horse in this race has a negative. Every horse. So I do think the 6 has a shot. I'd like to look at the tote, see if this horse gets bet. This is the kind of horse that I think if it gets bet, it's got a chance. If this horse gets no action, like up there at 8, 9 to 1, I won't like this horse. I think action is going to speak volumes. But like Tony said, this horse comes out of some good races. I mean, look, it ran 5th in a stakes race. I'll throw out that soft race where it ran dead last because it was followed up by a 9-month layoff. So obviously something went amiss. So anytime you see a horse run bad and then there's a layoff, just throw the race out because, obviously an injury or something bad happened. Okay, so what happened last time? Didn't run good at all, but had some trouble. I don't think Mike Baker would bring this horse here if he didn't think it had a shot. So this horse is interesting too. Another thing I want to mention, Tony, is that this field is not that strong. If you look at this field, 32 Don winners at 2. If you're a Beyer speed figure person, look at the Beyer par is 69. So this is not a good field of horses for the level. So that's why I was thinking the 7 might have a shot in here because he'd been running against better, but Mike Smith's so terrible. But keep looking at this field and you'll see that this field is really not that good for the level. The 10 is going to be a major contender. Let's go back to the 10. It's got Pratt, Peter Miller, bad post and all, but Pratt could overcome that. This is a tough race. This is one of those races you got to spread. I think you got to go 4 or 5 deep. Let me mention one more thing on the 8, Sweet Devil. Sweet Devil is that horse that Jessica Pfeiffer won on the last race at Santa Anita going 6 furlongs and flew like a monster. Went like 7, 8 lengths at the end to win. I do think this horse has some talent because no horse can do that without talent. I'm not sure if today's the day. But this horse, 15 to 1, 20 to 1, I might bet $2, $3 to win on as a saver. Maybe even include in a double or something. So there we go. That's race 5. Race 6, I have a very, very strong opinion on this race. Very, very strong opinion. To me, this is the most probable winner of the day. And I'm going to let some comments go before I get even further. But this is the horse, Eddie's New Dream. Eddie's New Dream has been running in stakes races against Cowbreds and now is running against horses like the 8, who's the second choice, who just won 8,000 claimer. Look at the class difference. You have the 8 horse who's running 8,000 claimers, 10,000 claimers, and then you have Eddie's New Dream who's running in Cowbred stakes races. Huge class edge. But let me mention something on the 4. I'm a little afraid that this horse is a hanger. That's why I can't put my life on this horse. I'm also afraid of Mario Gutierrez, who gives really weird rides sometimes, and he's very weak at the stretch. Very weak. I don't like him in photos at all. But this horse looks like a complete standout, and I will be singling in many tickets. I will be singling Eddie's New Dream. Domingo Martinez agrees as well. This is his most probable winner as well. This horse really stands out. The one horse is Scratch. She's so pretty, and she was a major contender, and she's completely out of the race. The two horses scratched as well. So we're left with not the best rest of the field. So I'm going to go to the comments and see who you guys like. Single, four all day. Yeah, I agree. I think this four, I mean, I give this horse about a 60 to 70% chance of winning. I mean, I'm telling you, if I saw even money on this horse, I think that would be sort of a value play. If I do see even money on this horse, I will bet 20 to win. Similar to Santa Barbara last week, where I bet 25 to win because I saw even money. I thought the horse was going to be 1 to 5, 2 to 5, and even money. That's value. Same thing here. If I see even money, I will bet. I don't think I'm going to see even money, but so a lot of people like this 8 horse. Horse won by 10 lengths, got a 90 buyer, Kristen Mulhall. A lot of people like this horse. 2 for 3 at Del Mar. I'm telling you, 90% of the tickets are going to have 4 and 8 in their pick 4 and pick 5s, and rightfully so. The 7 could be a horse that wins. Maybe, I don't know. This horse seems kind of like a hanger as well. 1 for 16, doesn't like to win. I don't think this horse is, got beat by the Eddie's New Dream. I wouldn't be shocked if that horse won, but I think 4 and 8 all day. Let's see who else we like. Mike Watkins says book it. He does a waltz accident. Butta is the head scratcher. Yeah, Butta is the head scratcher. I think Butta could run second. I really think this race is between 4, 7, and 8. 4, 7, and 8. All right, it's getting to be 140, so got about 5, 6 more minutes to this. 7th race. This race I don't like. Mile and 3/8 on the turf. I don't like this race. This race really bothers me. I feel like this race is going to mess me up in my pick 4s or pick 5s possibly. I want to go. I don't know how deep I'm going to go in this race, but I feel like no matter how deep I go, I'm not going to be. Somebody could beat me. This is one of those weird races. Now, Warden Jerry, some people might single this horse. He's lost by a combined 14 lengths in his last 2 races, but he's dropping in class. Obvious contender. Pratt, Pipey struggling, but this is an obvious contender. Maybe the best days are behind him. I want to see if this horse gets claimed. Somebody might go crazy and claim this horse for all I know. But nonetheless, Warden Jury is a major contender, but is to me, I can't single this horse. KP, all systems go. Let me tell you, I know this horse very well. I've been following this horse forever. I even created a thread when this horse won January 20th or January 2020 before COVID hit us. And I thought this horse was going to be a champion. I really did. I thought this horse was going to be a grade 2 horse, possibly grade 1 turf horse after that race. I hammered this horse when he won on March 20th, 2020. I hammered this horse. I gave it out to everybody and couldn't bet enough. Then I had him again in the cinema and I ran second. Since then, I mean, what do we got? Oceanside, he ran okay. La Jolla ran good. I don't know. Last time he got a really weird ride by Rispoli. This is that horse that did a crazy middle move in the race. Had a terrible ride by Rispoli. Now he's off the horse, obviously. I don't know if this horse will like the distance. I know it's bred by More Than Ready, so the horse should like the distance. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, but still, until they run it, you never know. Tyler Bay is not my favorite turf jockey. Rajetka, I heard, is working out really good. The Clockers like this horse. D'Amato's heating up again. Joe Bravo's good on the turf. Second time off a layoff. I think it's a contender. Now I'm going to look at the comments and see who you guys like. Domingo says the long shot is the 4. Margot is my long shot. Ooh. Dominique likes 1 and 5. All right, let's see. 1 and 5. Who's the one again? Oh yeah, Big Buzz. Yeah, you got. I don't know about Big Buzz. This is my thought on Big Buzz. I don't think Big Buzz is classy enough to win this race. It's a pretty good field for the level. I mean, you got horses that are stakes placed. And I know this horse was stakes placed in Turf Paradise. Still, the horse didn't win that race. Won an allowance race. I just don't think the one's good enough. Watch the one win, because I have a feeling a horse is going to win this race that I don't like. Even the 2 horse is interesting for a long shot. I mean, he ran in the Godolphin Mile. Doug O'Neill, he's cagey. You know, all of a sudden, this horse has been running in sprints, and now he's running in a big old long distance turf race. Who knows? Doug O'Neill's crazy. I heard somebody say they like the 4 as a long shot. I like the 4 as a long shot as well, and I'm going to be using the 4 in pick 4s and so forth. One reason is JJ Hernandez. I think he's great. Another reason is this horse is pretty consistent. I'm a little worried about the distance, though. I don't know if Clubhouse Rides can go this far, but we're going to find out. 15 to 1. I'm willing to pay to find out. Let's see. Tony likes the 1. Tony, I don't see it. I don't see it. But then again, I feel like I'm going to pick this race wrong anyway. But I don't see the 1. I don't think the 1's good enough. The only positive on the 1 is it probably could run the distance since it ran 3rd last time. But I mean, the horse, I guess, maybe if the horse is in good form, has the rail, but Pfeiffer going this long, she's not very experienced in races this long. I just can't go with it, and the price is not right for me to go with that horse. We got the 3 horse in here, another ship to win horse with McCarthy, interesting with Maker. Another interesting horse wouldn't shock me. Nothing would shock me in this race, to be honest. There's not a horse in here that would shock me. I mean, we didn't even talk about the 8, 7 Charms. You know, ran a mile and an eighth, broke its maiden 2 back, then won again. Got a great ride by Frey that last time coming up on the rail in good form. Came back with a nice 47 workout. Horses in good form. Whoever can take the distance is going to win this race. So I don't know. This race really scares me. I can't afford to go 5, 6 deep, and I don't want to go all. But if I have to, I might. It's a tough, tough race. I'll look at some more comments. Linda likes Ocean. Wouldn't shock me if Ocean won. There's a lot of angles you could go here. A lot of angles. Ran against some good hard knockers at Keeneland. I mean, Maker's not it's no joke. It's a very, very tough race. Teresa likes 7 and 8. Bob Miller likes 7. You know, you put a gun to my head. I'm going to say 5 or 7 win this race. 5, 6. Oh God, 5, 6 or 7 win this race. But I don't know. That's a very tough race. Now the 8th race I don't think is as tough. In fact, I think the 8th race is a very good race to bet. And let me tell you why. I like 2 horses in here, and I think it's a 2-horse race, strictly 2 horses. And we'll start with the 7. Tis Vicious with Abel Cedillo. Obvious contender here. Blinkers on. Blinkers back on after being taken off. Speed. Shortening up to 6.5, which is probably his preferred distance. Ran 3rd versus similar. This horse, I wouldn't be shocked if it ends up a single on some of my tickets. The other horse in this race, I think, is the 3. Pratt. Anything Pratt rides, I mean, a guy wins 30% of his races. I always look to bet against Pratt because his horses get overbet a lot, but I also don't want to automatically toss him either. You always got to give his horses a shot. Major class drop on this horse. Pratt on speaks volumes. Hess's barn starting to heat up. He won 2 races last week. He even got disqualified in another race where he'd have 3 winners. I think this race is between 3 and 7. What do you guys think? Pick 6 roll into Friday. Linda likes 8. Dominique says nice, Gabe. Domingo says 7. 8. Wait, I see some people talking about the 8. Did I overlook this 8? Let's look at the 8. Because I sure didn't. Oh, yeah, I know this 8. Yeah. Gelded since last start is something to look at. You know, a lot of married men in the chat can attest to that. When you're gelded, sometimes it calms you down, but I don't know. Still a 0 for 11 maiden. I hate that. But you're right. This horse wouldn't shock me. I don't think this horse is ever going to be as good as the 7. Probably not as good as the 3, but could be a horse to use. I might do an exacta 3-7 with 3-7-8 in case 3 or 7 don't run. 8 does look like a horse that'll probably be there, just not win. But the gelded aspect is pretty interesting. I like where you're going with that 8. Linda likes the 3. I don't think you should be overlooking the 7 though. The 7, I mean, we're talking 6.5 on the dirt. Your one horse is out on the lead. You know, the 2 horse is going to show some speed as well with the weight off. So that means Pratt will probably lay right off the pace. And I think with the outside post, Cedillo has options. He could either, lay right behind the speed or take the lead if he wants. I saw that Tony said he likes that KD's on the horse. Yeah, I guess that's a positive, right? Going from the apprentice to KD. And there's a reason why DeSormo's on it. DeSormo's riding really well. Sometimes DeSormo wakes up horses as well. That's another thing. DeSormo can get on a horse and make it run. I mean, move up the horse. He's one of those kind of jockeys. So the more I talk to you guys, I maybe this race isn't necessarily 3 and 7. I mean, I still think 3 and 7 is the race. I think 7's going to win it. But after chatting with you guys, I think the 8 has more of a shot than I originally thought. Let's see if we have any. Okay, good luck to everyone. All right, so we're going to end this right now. If you want to know my best bet or most probable winner, it's going to be Eddie's New Dream. I can't see that horse losing. Nonetheless, there's 8 minutes to the first post, so I got to get my bets in. Thank you for joining. We'll do this again, and maybe we'll do a Zoom or a WebEx thing next time. I'm not very familiar, so I'll be testing that out before we do it officially. But thanks everybody for joining, and good luck today.